So the term venture means a course or proceeding, the outcome of which is uncertain. A venture capital joins as an enterprise as a co-promoter in the project wherein he shares the risks and rewards of the enterprise. It mainly consists of equity-based investments, so it carried a high degree of risk. Such funds do well in period of favorable capital market trends. Hello students, how are you all? I hope so you're doing good. I welcome you to the Financial Market and Services session. So today we are going to talk about Unit 3, Financial Services, session number 2. So before I start with the topic, so let me give my brief introduction. I'm Vaishnavi, Faculty of Commerce from Vidyashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So we'll see today's topics. So we are going to talk about venture capital, then the features of venture capital. Next, we're going to talk about forms of venture capital. Next, we are going to talk about phases of venture capital. Next, we are going to talk about mutual funds and types of mutual funds. Then, what is credit rating and what are the credit rating agencies in India? So, these are the topics that we are going to cover in today's session. So, first, we'll start with the venture capital. So, the name itself, you can heard about it, like venture capital. So, it is about like a combination of two words, that is what venture and capital. Okay, so the term venture means a course or proceeding, the outcome of which is uncertain. Okay, the meaning of venture is what? It is a course or a proceeding wherein the outcome of the course or project will be uncertain. Then the term capital refers to the resources to the startup of the enterprise. Okay, so thus venture capital refers to the capital investment in a new and risky business enterprises. So money is invested in such enterprise because these have high growth potential. So the name itself, you can understand now. The venture is what? It's a course or a project which is involved in high risk. Then what is capital? It is the money needed in order to start a business. It's called a capital. So venture capital together we can call it as an investment opportunity of the investors to invest in such new projects in order to get high risk as well as high growth in the from the business what they are investing is called a venture capital. So this is the meaning of venture capital. So next we'll see the definition of venture capital. So a venture capital company may be defined as a finance institution which joins as an enterprise as a co-promoter in a project and shares the risks and rewards of the enterprise. So the basic meaning we have seen, so we'll understand a definition now. So the definition here you can understand, it is a financial institution which is going to act like a co-promoter to the business. For what purpose they are going to become a co-promoter? In order to enjoy the high rewards as well as in order to face the high risk. Okay, so this is the definition of the venture capital. So the features of venture capital. First feature, venture capital is normally contributed in the form of equity capital. So venture capital is normally been invested or it is a type of a capital, like there is a types of capital we have got like equity capital, preference capital, dividends capital, etc. So under that venture capital is being considered as a equity capital. Next feature, it is a high risk venture. So the name itself, I have given an introduction about it. So venture capital is involving into the high risk as well as the high revenue. Next feature, venture capital is provided only for setting up of new firms with new ideas or new technology. So venture capital can only be invested on such kind of projects or firms which are in innovative and new, and in case of new technological related projects only. So any projects which are related to like trading, booking, financial services, liaison works and any kind of research and developments are not being considered as a venture capital investment portfolios. Next feature, a venture capital joins as an enterprise as a co-promoter in the project wherein he shares the risks and rewards of the enterprise. A venture capitalist is a person who joins as a co-promoter for any project or a business firm wherein the person is going to face the risks, that is high risks as well as high rewards from the enterprise. Next feature, venture capitalist continuously involved in businesses in which he makes the investment. It has a long-term orientation. So venture capital is not for the short-term purpose or for short-term time. It is for the long-term orientation or long-term purpose. So here the venture capital is that one person who continuously invests on such kind of projects for not for short-term time but for the longer period of time. So these are the features of venture capital. So next we'll understand what is the forms of venture capital. So forms in the sense stages of venture capital. Under that, first we have got development of idea. Okay, so the first stage for a venture capital investment is what? To analyze or to find out the idea and to develop such idea. Okay, so to develop such kind of unique ideas, like say for example, if you are a company owner or if you are a promoter who is invested or who is going to start like any electric vehicle company, okay, so that is called an idea. Okay, so it might be two-wheeler or four-wheeler or it might be a commercial truck, anything. So it is depending upon your research and development and your technological upgradation. So you are going to select the industry. So under that you are going to select the important idea. So that is called first stage, that is development of the idea. Second stage is what? Implementation of the idea. So after the development, so next you have to convince the venture capitalist and you have to convince the investors, and next is what? To implement the idea. To that means to start with the business. Next stage is commercial production. That means to start with the investment amount that you have got. So then for the production of the product or manufacturing of the product is the next stage. And then last stage is establishment stage. So this means like to establish your product in the market, to place your product in the market. So that means if you are a manufacturer who is involved in manufacturing of electric vehicles, so now it is the responsibility of the promoters to promote the product in the market and to make sure that the product is being fitted and established in the market or under the industry. So these are the forms of the venture capital. So next we are going to talk about the stages of the venture capital. Under that, first stage is development of the idea stage. So like I have told, it is about like first convincing the idea about it and to start with the project is called first stage. Second stage is converting the idea, so convinced into a business proposition. So this stage it requires the investigation and deeply, which normally takes more than an year. So next is implementation stage. So under that, so a firm is set up to manufacture to product and finance provided by the venture capitalist. So after your product or a project has been approved, the finance will be provided by the venture capitalist. So it is also called as startup capital. Then third stage is for the commercial production stage. So as I've told, it is about like facing the firm with any kind of problems, and in this stage it may not be able to require adequate funds. That means you might be in need of the extra funds and more amount of the investment percentage will be invested in this kind of phase. And last stage is establishment stage, in which the firm is established in the market and expected to expand at a rapid pace. So in this stage, it needs finance for its growth and expansion so that it can enjoy the economies of large scale sectors. So that means I have told establishment of your product in the market. So this requires again a large lump sum of amount in order to enjoy the larger economies of the industry. So these are the four forms of or stages of the venture capital. So next is phases in the venture capital under that first stage, raising of funds and exploring the business plans. So that means it is a kind of a cycle or a phase, what you can call continuous phase you can call. Under that first cycle is what? Raising of funds and exploring the business plans. So not all kind of the plans can be invested by the venture capitalist. Only some percentage of the plans that are been submitted to the investors, that will be selected. So the first phase is what here? Raising of the funds, convincing the idea, and encouraging the investors to invest in your business project is the first phase. Second phase is investing in firms. That means if the venture capitalist is a person who is going to invest in different kind of portfolios, so that is finding out which is the best portfolio that the investors can get and investing in those firms will be the second phase. Then third phase, leaving successful firms. After a period of time, the investors is going to leave the kind of firms which have got good reputation, good goodwill in the market, and it has been got a establishment in the mindsets of the people. The product has been established in the market and the mindsets of the people. So that is the third stage. That means after the successful operation of the firm, so the venture capitalists are going to leave it, and then last stage is returning the capital to the investors. So whatever the amount that has been invested in the company will be returned back to the investors. So this is called the 4 phases of the venture capital. Next, we'll talk about mutual funds. So we'll see the meaning. So mutual fund is a corporation which receives funds from investors and deploy the same in equities, long-term bonds and money market, etc. So it is about like collecting the money from the different investors, pooling the money from different investors and investing those amount in any equity capital, bonds or debentures or shares, and multiplying the money will be called as the mutual funds. So it is about savings of numerous investors invested by a professional fund managers in diversified portfolio to obtain the maximum return on the investments and made with the minimum risk to the investors. So the main objective of the mutual fund is what? To invest the money on behalf of the investors into the different portfolios and to maximize the money and to minimize the risks of the investors. So in short, a mutual fund collects the savings from small investors, invests them in government and other corporate securities and earns income through the interest through a dividends besides the capital gains. So as I've told, mutual funds is a kind of a investment opportunity where all the type of the small investors money has been pooled together, and that amount will be invested in any government securities or equity capital or in debentures or in shares, etc. And the main objective behind this mutual fund is to get the higher returns with a less risk. Okay, that's the meaning of the mutual fund. Types of mutual fund. Under that, first is close-ended mutual fund. So this comes under the basis of operation. So under the close-end mutual funds, so there will be a proper fixed last date or fixed maturity date will be fixed before the hand itself. So here its duration are fixed in advance, and once it reaches the predetermined level, the entry of investors will be closed. So after the fixed period expires, the entire corpus is disinvested and the proceedings are distributed to the unit holders in the portion to their holding. So closed type of mutual funds are type of the mutual funds which is having a fixed last date or maturity period. So after that, the investors cannot participate in such kind of mutual fund option. So after the period has been closed, so the investments will be disinvested, and whatever the amount or whatever the returns have got from the investments, that will be distributed to the investor holders, will be called as the closed end mutual funds. Next is open-ended mutual funds. funds. So it is quite opposite to the close-ended mutual funds, wherein there will be no such kind of expiry date or maturity date here. So it is not having any such kind of such scheme. The size of the fund or the period are not fixed in advance, and here the investors can invest into the investment options any number of times, and they can also sell them in any number of times depending upon the maturity levels. So next is on the basis of the return or income. So under that we have got income fund. So this scheme aims to generate regular and periodical income for the members. So such funds are offered in two forms. So the first form is it earns a target constant income at a relative low risk, and one more form is where it offers the maximum possible income. So based on the income, you can invest on such kind of mutual funds, wherein there are two types of outcomes will be given. So which is having the continuous income with less risks, and one more option is got you will be getting the continuous stable income. So that is the income fund mutual funds. Next is growth fund. So under this the capital appreciation will be appreciated based on the growth of the portfolio. So it means growth fund concentrates mainly on the long run gains. So it does not offer regular income. In short, growth funds aims at capital appreciation. So growth funds does not provide you the stable income or continuous income to the investor, but it only aims at capital appreciation of the portfolios. So this is called growth fund. So based on the investment, so first is equity fund. So it mainly consists of equity based investments. So it carried a high degree of risk. Such funds do well in period of favorable capital market trends. So this is a kind of common type of mutual funds what you see in the market, and it has highly been linked with the market risk, and only the equity funds are being invested on such kind of investment option called equity fund mutuals. Next is bond funds. So that means it mainly consists of fixed income securities like bonds, debentures, etc. It concentrates mostly on income rather than capital gain. It carries low risk, it offers secure and steady income, but there is no chance of capital appreciation. So any kind of investments that are being involved in the investment options of bonds or depreciation will be called as the bond fund. In these types of funds, there will be no chances of capital appreciation, but there is a high chances of stable income and low risk will be given to the investors. Next is balanced fund. So it has a mix of debt and equity and the portfolios in the investments. It aims at disturbing the irregular income as well as capital appreciation. So this is achieved by balancing the investments between the high growth equity share and also fixed income earning securities. Investment option in both equity as well as debt will be called as the balanced fund. So it provides you the stable income as well as a capital appreciation with a less risks, and it also been into the high growth equity and as well as to the stable earning securities. This is called balanced fund. So those are the types of mutual funds we have got. So next we will learn about what is credit rating. So credit rating is a numerical representation of credit worthiness of an individual or a business. The credit rating is a key aspect that makes or breaks a loan application. So it is a numerical representation of the credit worthiness of a business or an individual. So it is mainly been applicable for lending of loans from the banks. The credit rating or score indicates if the borrower has defaulted on loan payments before and if he is worth trusting with the new loan or not. So why we need credit rating is because here the credit worthiness of the a person or a business will be analyzed based on the score what the person have got, so that he can avail the services of the loan further. Moving on, so credit score is a 3-digit number that represents the credit worthiness of the borrower. Credit rating is the analysis of the possible credit risks associated with granting a financial instrument to an individual or a company. So based on the credit score, a lender determines whether the borrower can repay the loan amount or not. So credit score is a 3-digit number which will be consisting of the credit worthiness of an individual or a business enterprise. So why it has been important here to analyze whether the person or the business enterprise will be capable of repaying the loan or not is called a credit score. So credit rating agencies in India. So there are several credit rating agencies in India such as CRISIL Limited, Indian Ratings and Research Private Limited, IRCA Limited, CARE, Brickwork Ratings Private Limited, Smera Ratings Limited, and Infometrics Valuation and Rating Private Limited. So these are the agencies that are being active in India who provide you the credit ratings to the individuals and to the business enterprises. So according to the SEBI, following credit rating agencies are registered and authorized to compute and share credit score or report with the financial institutions and applicants. So whatever the institution's name that I have told, all been recognized by the SEBI, and they are being authorized to compute the credit score of the individuals or business enterprises, and they can share the report with the financial institutions in order to avail the loan from those kinds of institutions. So this is about the credit rating agencies in India. So in the coming session, so we are going to learn about the Unit 4 topics, that is meaning and definition of financial markets. Then we are going to learn about functions of financial markets. Then we are going to learn about constituents of money market. Then we are going to learn about SEBI guidelines for listing of shares and issue of commercial papers. So these are also the quite important topics for your final examination. So I hope so you have understood today's session well. So I'll meet you with the coming topics in the next session. Thank you so much.